Oh, geez, don't sneak up on me like that. Didn't know you were here. But while you're here, I might as well do another video. I'm just editing one for a pickup video that it's taking me forever to do. But I did get tagged today. I got tagged by a Mr. Steve Benway. Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of him either. But he did tag me with a tag that he got tagged from Sega CD Universe. And he got tagged by the originator of this tag, and that was Pro B Man 5. And what's the name of this tag? Something like, I don't know, 5 question open tag, 5 open tag. I don't really remember, actually, now that I think about it. I wrote down the questions here, but I didn't write down the name of the tag. Something like 5 questions. Anyway, it's in the description what the name of the tag is. Something very generic-y. But since you're here, I might as well answer the 5 questions. So, the first question, what state do you live in? I live in Illinois, actually around the Chicagoland area. I've lived here most of my life, not necessarily in Chicago. I was born in Chicago, lived in Chicago for a while. I lived as far out as Naperville, other than a short time when I was in the military where I wasn't living in Chicago, or the Chicagoland area. I guess the Chicagoland area goes out as far as Naperville, some can consider, and that's like 25 miles out. So I actually work in Naperville, and they consider that to be Chicago, and I'm like, what? But yeah, anyway. But yeah, Illinois is the state I live in. It's not Illinois. You don't pronounce that S at the end of it. It's just Illinois. But it kind of cracks me up when people do say Illinois, because you're clearly not from here if you say that. And I wonder, I don't know why Illinois, the state Illinois has that problem, because nobody says Arkansas. Everybody seems to know that S at the end of Arkansas isn't supposed to be pronounced, but I guess a lot of people didn't get the memo for Illinois. Anyway, second question, how did you get into collecting? Well, I've been playing games since I was, I would say 5, but that could be any statement. As far as old as I can remember, we've always had some kind of gaming system. Back as far as I can remember, it was the Atari 2600, and then going on from there. But even when I was old enough to actually, like, you know, get my own games and everything, I wouldn't even consider that to be collecting, because, you know, when I was younger, even up through when I was in college and maybe even after college, if a new system came out and I was interested in it, I would sell off the old one to get the new one. Now, at one point did I stop doing that, and that is when I actually started, you know, working out of college, and I started, you know, dating who was now my wife. I started actually, she actually worked at Goodwill at the time. She was a manager at Goodwill, and so she would see what was coming in and, you know, sometimes try to be able to get those items. They had to sit on the shelves for a certain amount of time, and then she'd be able to get them. Yeah, up until that point, I guess right before I met her, all I had was a PS2, a GameCube, and Nintendo. I think that's all I had, those 3 systems. And then when she started seeing those game systems coming in, she started getting those for me. And same thing with the games and everything. She loves to help me, you know, get that stuff. Now, and that's kind of when I started collecting and realizing, hey, you know what, I remember this stuff. I want to start collecting it, and you know, just have it in my collection to play whenever I want. And that's how that kind of started. It was really my wife that started getting me these systems here and there, and that's when I kind of decided, yeah, I don't want to sell anything else off. Although I do happen to do a collection purge from time to time, just because it's, you know, with the collection, I really don't think it's about who has, you know, the most. I mean, you could have the most games and everything, but I think the collection should kind of reflect your tastes and whatnot too. And, you know, when you get to the point to where you're collecting Mary-Kate and Ashley games on the PS1, I think that's the point at which you gotta draw a line. I mean, unless you're specifically saying, hey, I want to get every single PS1 game, you almost say, I don't really want these games, and so on. So yeah, we'll do that. And I guess that kind of leads into the next question. What does your significant other think of your gaming hobby? can't even read my own writing. And last question, should have answered it. She's actually the one that kind of enabled it. She's the one out there getting me stuff. And in fact, a lot of the stuff in the collection I would not have if not specifically for her. Hey, I found this game. Do you want it? Yes, please pick it up. Thank you. And that's why when I do these collection purges, I have to run everything by her first, because it really is kind of her collection as well. Even though she's getting it for me, I'm like, well, do you want this game? Do you think there's any reason we want to keep this game? No? Okay, well, I'm going to put it on eBay or sell it or give it away or trade fodder, which I had so much trade fodder I wound up having to sell it. But yeah, and now trade fodder, now I think about it, I'm not really, I don't know how well that would work now that I'm just looking for specific things, very specific things. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, my significant other, which is, I think, is a weird term that kind of implies that there's insignificant others. Is that me? Am I the insignificant other? I don't know. But she's the one that it enables it for me anyway. I wouldn't really have as much of a collection at all if it wasn't for her. So there's that. Next question: favorite game of all time. And it's kind of funny that this question would pop up because I think it's not more than a week ago I put up a video with my my favorite top 10 video, which honestly could be different if I were going through it today. But I'm just going to go with the #1 game on that list, which was Portal 2, which I like. I kind of do like first-person shooters. I don't like the current ones. I was into them back in the day. But combine that with kind of a puzzle element where you have to think through and then act, and with the really witty dialogue and banter and storyline throughout the game. I got to go with Portal 2. Now, I've played other games a lot more than Portal 2. I've only played Portal 2 through once, and actually through partially again. I didn't really complete it, but yeah, the game is very, very clever, and I don't hesitate putting it as my favorite game of all time. Last question. First person you were subscribed to. I'm guessing subscribed to on YouTube. And I couldn't, I don't know, because I honestly, I've been on YouTube. My account started 2006, June 2006. At least that's when my first video was put up. And I think I subscribed just so I could keep track of the videos I liked. Or not subscribed, I think I signed up just so I could keep track of the videos I liked. And then I had videos. I was making videos before YouTube anyway. And then I was thinking, hey, this is a place where I could put those videos. Since, some of those videos, in fact, my very first video is still up there. But then I had the quick clip series, and then I just wound up moving that to another channel. So I really can't say when I put those up. But then, but I think it was around 2009 was when I actually started making videos on my own. But if I had to guess, I know Angry Video Game Nerd. I was watching him for a while, but then I wasn't watching him on YouTube. I was watching him in either ScrewAttack.com or I was watching him through Game Trailers, two sites I really don't go to anymore. But I know I was watching him through there, so I really wasn't subscribed to him back then, even though I watched his videos. It was just through a different site. I would have to say, if I had to guess, the first person I was subscribed to was Inacon Company, a.k.a. Lord Carnage, a.k.a. Classic Game Room. And I watched months and months of Classic Game Room videos, and then that's kind of what got me into wanting to put myself in the videos, as it were. I kind of started out doing that. Well, I did the quick clips thing, which didn't have any voiceover for me at all. And then I kind of fumbled into reviews, which I honestly don't really like doing. So I have a couple of reviews up that are really, really old. And then I started doing the Crow Plays, and that's kind of the series that stuck. And I'm actually going to try and usurp that series with something else I'm working on. So it's kind of a teaser if you made it this long through the video. I do have another series in mind, and I kind of want to concentrate on that other than Crow Plays. In fact, the Crow Plays I just posted earlier, like yesterday. It was like 24 hours ago. That's the last one I had in stock. I don't have any more planned for right now. And I'm not really planning on making any others until I get a completed Season 3 of the Pinball Arcade on the PS4. Then I will do more. But I'm working on something else. I really haven't. I made an intro for this video, but I haven't actually filmed the bulk of it, or any of it, other than the intro. So yeah, those were the 5 questions. Thanks to Steve Benway for tagging me. If you thought I was serious at the beginning of the video, I'm not. I'm very well, not acquainted, but I know Steve Benway. I've been subbed to him for years and years and years. Maybe not that many years. Maybe only a few years. I don't know. All I know is whenever he puts up a video, I usually watch it, which is how I found out I was tagged. Now this does say it was an open tag, but I know people are tagging people, so I guess I will tag some people as well. For starters, I'm going to tag 8-Bit Goomba, and for 2 reasons. One, I tagged him in my last tag video, and he hasn't even made a video since then, so I'm tagging him again. Not that you have to make a video, I mean, come on, it's if you want to, but the second reason I'm tagging him is that he gave me guff earlier today in in the comments of one of my videos where I was drinking a wine cooler, and he gave me guff for that. I was drinking a Seagram something or other, and he demanded I turn in my man card. So, and I don't drink the alcohol that much, and that is something, and I was thirsty, we had that, I was drinking that in the video, yes, but you don't have to give me guff for it, so you're tagged. Second person I'm going to tag is Maximum RD. Only reason I'm tagging him is because I was thinking in the last time I tagged people that maybe I should have tagged him, and he's the owner of a couple groups on Facebook, so I'm going to tag him. I don't know why, just because it'd be interesting. I like the state question for people that they don't live in the United States, because that's you get questions like, "Oh, I live in a state of perpetual fear." Last person I'm going to tag, I know I'm going to say the name wrong. Lactobilius Prime. I'm probably still far off, and the only reason I'm tagging him is because he already did the tag video. He did the video without being tagged, so now I'm tagging him, so I'm guaranteed that 1 out of the 3 people that I tagged will have done the tag. Also, I guess it's a kind of a form of shout-out as well. So, shout-out tagging whose name I will not refer to again, because I butcher it every time I say it. Anyway, I got to get back to editing this video. I guess I have to edit this one too. Bam, I got a lot of work to do. See y'all next time. Bye. Throw button when I need it, because I'm used to that.